Hello, my name is Cara Strickland. I'm a writer for Gather and have been since at least 2015, and I am the author of the most recent devotional, this one about spiritual gifts. When I accepted this assignment, I'll admit that I was a little bit nervous about what I might discover. I didn't necessarily know what I would find, but I worried that perhaps it might give me more to put on my to-do list or make me feel terrible about the ways that I wasn't serving my church, my community, my family. And honestly, I was very surprised to find the things that I connected with as I did the work in scripture for this and then began to write about it. I've always said that I write to learn what I think, and especially when I'm writing about spiritual things, I generally find that through the process of writing, I'm able to connect with God and discover things that I wouldn't have known going into it. So that is definitely what happened this time, and I hope that you can go on a bit of a journey, a similar journey with me, and be open and curious to seeing this topic in a new light. If you're at all like me, you probably have a certain sense of history with the phrase spiritual gifts. Maybe it's something that you thought about when you were younger, or even took some kind of assessment, or were just told that certain things were your gifts and that meant that there were certain things you needed to do. There may be many other associations that you have. I would invite you, as you enter into this, to just put that aside and be curious about what God has to say about this, what's actually in the Bible, and the way that we can apply it, and perhaps apply it wrongly sometimes in our churches and in our lives. I will also say that perhaps the thing that I most want you to come away from this study with is that Jesus offers each of us a light burden. We so often want to put extra things around what we're supposed to do, but truly, Jesus has kept it very simple. And when it comes to spiritual gifts, it's so much more important that we are focused on everybody being in community and paying attention to the part that we are supposed to play. And that doesn't mean that we're going around trying to make sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to do. And it actually generally means that we are called into doing less. I found that very surprising and really somewhat challenging in a lot of ways. I hope that as you're studying this as a group or individually, that you will find it similarly encouraging, that you'll recognize that this isn't something that you need to put on your to-do list. It's not something that should cause you unnecessary stress because it's just one more thing that you are invited into, but instead you have the opportunity to sit with perhaps what your spiritual gifts are through the assessment that you will find either in your magazine or on the Gather website, but also that once you have that information, that perhaps what you are asked to do is less than you think it should be, and that every little bit is enough because God multiplies even our smallest things. And that's often what's asked of us, even though we want it to be more. Maybe we want it to be more splashy or loud or take more time. Sometimes I think we as humans just complicate things, but that isn't how it is always with God. Sometimes it's more simple. It asks less of us. It's a light burden that He trades for the heavy one that we've tried to put on. So I hope that that is how you will find the spiritual gifts study, and that it will be encouraging for you and your community and your churches.